I found it interesting that Esther was so independent as a woman in 1905 because in that period, women, and especially African American women, lacked basic civil liberties that allowed them to provide for themselves. However, Esther not only lived on her own for 18 years, but managed to save money to help fulfill her dream. Finding love is a very big concern and priority in this play, as Esther is sad at how all the other girls in the rooming house that she used to live with have gotten married and left, and has very low self-esteem as she has never gotten proper attention from a true gentleman. Another value in this dramatic world is becoming self-sufficient. All the women in the play are either already self-sufficient or yearn to be. Esther has been living on her own for 18 years and has been able to provide well enough for herself through her talent at sewing. Mamie is also self-sufficient and can support herself through her work. Mrs. Dixon married into money. However, after her husband died, she ran the rooming house on her own and has more than enough money to support herself. Mrs. Van Buren wants to leave her husband and is happier when he's not around. However, she's afraid of being able to provide for herself and as a result has not left him yet. One thing I did not understand in the play was the word boudoir, and after looking it up, I realized that it meant bedroom, which helped me better understand the different settings of the play. I think this play reinforces our understanding of the African American experience because personally I believe that African Americans are one of the most oppressed groups in our society, yet many African Americans continue to rise above the challenges they face on a daily basis and are able to not give up and continue to work to better their lives in a society that doesn't give them too many opportunities to do so. This is seen through Esther's depiction as despite her parents dying at a young age, she managed to persevere, learning how to sew, and she came to the city and found a place to live on after she slept in a cold church for 9 days and picked up breadcrumbs thrown to pigeons. Despite the hardship she faced, Esther not only got back on her feet with no external help, she ran her own intimate apparel business and continued to dream and even saved $100 each year to help fulfill that dream. After George took her money, Esther did not give up and went back to the rooming house and started sewing a new quilt, which I assume is meaning that she's going to save more money and maybe one day even accomplish her dreams. I believe the stereotypes of African Americans and other groups do still exist today, as evident by the way many of these groups are portrayed in media. I think what perpetuates stereotypes is ignorance and scapegoating and others for your own problems. And I think that the only way to reduce those stereotypes and remove them is through education and a very good and unbiased understanding of history and a positive portrayal of those groups in the media. An example is how many people after 9/11 and even now view Muslims to be terrorists. However, through positive portrayals in the media and educating people about the true nature of Islam, this stereotype is being broken and is improving our society as a whole, making people more accepting. One question I have about the play is, do you think Esther ever accomplished her dreams of owning a beauty parlor? And my second question is, do you think Mr. Marks and Esther ever admitted their feelings for each other?